Hello everyone, welcome back to Base Damage, and welcome back to Community Fridays. I am currently trying to fight off my sinuses and allergies trying to act up for some reason due to the weather. So just please try to bear with me on that. If there's a sudden blip where I have to cut something just because of me sneezing or whatever, just please forgive it and just roll with it. But today we're going to be combat ready today. We're going to be taking a look at some RWBY submitted by NoSoupFaU2 in the Discord, also known as the resident Macross expert. Apparently also knows some stuff about RWBY. I am just being smartass at this point, but yeah, no, we've been talking about this a couple nights in the Discord. And with RWBY having gotten the premium booster stuff, I really haven't posted up a deck just yet, pertaining to like some of the new cards and whatnot. Any of my previous RWBY stuff, I want to say, outside of like maybe showcasing in the tournament reports, some of the newer premium booster cards that have been run, but that was like all like standby related. So here's a deck pertaining to some new upgrades and whatnot from the original booster and the premium booster, focusing on the new level 3 Blake from the premium booster that combos with the pants right here, a trustworthy partner, right? Just really good art right there. But it combos the level 1 being the combo from the regular booster set, the Penny level 1 combo off of the gold bar. So let's just hop right into it. Thank you very much to Soup in the Discord. It is greatly appreciated. I almost said in the chat, like, what the heck? I don't even stream. Not yet, anyway. But let's get started. We have Oscar Pine. Now, this is another one of the cards from Premium Booster. It is a 3/2/8/5. If your waiting room has 2 or less climaxes, this gets -1 level while on hand. And when this is placed on stage, from your hand to put up to 1 card from the top of your clock into your waiting room, and this gets 1500 power till the end of turn. So, becomes a 10k for a turn. Heals, early play heals are always good. Now, it does have an accelerate ability that I'm not as familiar with. Let's read this. At the beginning of your opponent's attack phase, you can pay 1, put a remnant character from your waiting room at the bottom of your clock. So it's from waiting room, not like from the top of the deck. I do prefer that. If you do, choose one of your opponent's characters, and that character gets -2 soul till end of turn. Probably not going to come up but so much, but hey, when it comes up, it probably fucking matters. 2 copies of that. 1 copy of Salem. This is from the original set. This is just a really good card overall. It's a 3/2/9k. It gets 1000 power for each other character in your opponent's backstage, but it has a couple different effects that you can do. When this is placed on stage from hand, you can pay 1 stock. If you do, choose one of the following effects and perform it. Either your opponent puts all of their stock into their waiting room and puts the same number of cards from the top of their deck into their stock, basically a buns for luck effect, or put the bottom 5 cards of your opponent's deck into their waiting room. Deal X damage to your opponent. X is equal to the number of climaxes amongst those cards. So that is just really good for both effects, and being able to have the option of doing one or the other. She's always like a tech 1 of minimum because of that stock swap effect. Next, we have Tyrion, Inner Circle. This is from the Premium Booster. It's a 3/2/8/5. Now, this is a really fun early play. If you have 4 or more remnant characters, this gets -1 level while in your hand. During your turn, if you have another remnant character, which you should, they all are. Even Zwei, being the dog, has remnant, so becomes an 11. And the following ability, when this card's battle opponent becomes reversed, you may put that character into your opponent's memory. It's optional, memory kick, just some really, really nice removal if you absolutely need to use it. Really good. But also, when this card is placed on stage from your hand, you can discard a card, put the top card of your clock into your stock. Early play stock healer is also just as good. Much easier to be able to early play this than the Oscar, but it's whatever. They're both good. Speaking of good cards, Neapolitan, 3/2/9/5. When this is placed on stage from hand, you can pay 1. If you do, choose a climax in your waiting room, turn it to hand. That alone makes her good. But you also can do this other effect, which matters if you need like characters to reverse, and your opponent is like, "Oh, I know that you have," like, just for sake of argument, if they knew you had like a clock shooting climax combo for your level 3 game or something, and they're like, "I'm just gonna ram all my level 0s and you can't clock shoot anything." She can do, I'm not saying that's the exact thing that he's doing in here, but any on reverse stuff she can set up. When this is placed on stage from hand, you can discard a remnant character. If you do, choose up to 2 characters in your opponent's waiting room and put them on separate open positions of their stage. You can basically force them to get 2 characters, and unless they have some way of like sacking those characters, maybe via a backup or something, you basically have your on reverse stuff condition met. So because you could be like, oh, just grab these 2 level 2 or these 2 level 0s or something, sorry, and then just run them right over. Really simple, really easy. All right, so the climax combo from the premium booster Blake Determined is a 3-2-9-5. During your main phase, when this card is placed on stage from your hand or from your deck, it's like they knew to put the during your main phase effect now. Thanks, Ayame. Thumbs up to you. Pay 1, and if you do, search your deck for up to 1 Blake Determined, put it on any position of your stage and shuffle your deck. Meaning for the low cost of 4 stock, you can summon one of these and then 2 more copies. You know how she does the Shadow Clone thing, so. What is it with every, like, ninja character having some kind of Shadow Clone Jutsu-esque effect like this? But when a trustworthy partner is placed on your climax area, which was the pants we showed before. I hit space, accidentally went up there. Choose one of your characters, and that character gets +1 soul and the following ability until end of turn. Up to 1 time per turn, when damage dealt by this card is cancelled, you may deal 2 damage to your opponent. Now, unlike the Neapolitan example that I gave before, you don't care if you reverse or not for this. In fact, you could still use it if you wanted to get like specific damage numbers to try to stick, but even then, that's not really necessary. If you're swinging like an open lane with her, all the more reason, you know, the effect might get or the damage might get canceled, and you can like burn 2 anyway. So. But really cool. I do like the burn 2 for that. It's free. You don't do anything else. And with giving something the +1 soul while Pants is in play, it's like, okay, I'm swinging for 4. If this sticks, cool. If it doesn't, cool. I still try to burn you. Like, it's just really neat to me. All right, so that's going to be it for the level 3s. We're getting to the level 2s. Plain and simple, Ren winning advice. 2,500 backup with the anti-change effect. Pay 2, sack a character, choose one of your opponent's characters with a level higher than their level, and put it into their waiting room. Very simple, a must-have. The Jacques Schnee is the 3K memory cake backup. Always good to have. Then we're getting into the level 1. So no other level 2s, but you do have like ample early plays, so it's all good. Level 1, Oscar Inherited Kane. Spoilers if you haven't watched the show. 1055, this gets -1 level while on stage, so it is a level 0. When this card's battle opponent becomes reversed, I was about to say when the battle opponent becomes 0 is what I thought I was gonna. That's what my brain was like ramping up to say. Like I said, these allergies are kicking my butt. If there's a climax in your climax area, you may put the top card of your deck into your stock. So a faux climax combo, and you just blind stock 1. It's kind of whatever, but extra stock is always good. Granted, you don't need as much, but if you need it to like maybe pay out for the anti-change or something else, it could come in handy. Then we have the Penny, the level 1 climax combo. Is a 1045. When this is placed on stage from hand, this gets 1500 power till end of turn, so it should be a 6k. With the gold bar military weapon, she'll be a 7. On attack, if military weapon is in your climax area, you have another remnant character. Put the top 2 cards of your deck into your waiting room. Choose 1 level X or lower remnant character in your waiting room. Return it to your hand. X is equal to the total level of the cards put into your waiting room by this effect. A lot of people refer to this as like the cigarettes climax combo, because there was a Fate Apocrypha. I was about to say Babylonia. A Fate Apocrypha event that had basically the same effect. Obviously on an event, not a climax combo, but still. But there's been plenty of other characters to rock this kind of effect. It's kind of common now, but hey, it's Penny. We love Penny. We need more. All right, so next we have, what is this? Blake Focusing Her Sights is a 1145. It looks to be a level assist and a act. Pay 1, put a climax from your hand into your waiting room. Choose 1 remnant character in your waiting room, return it to your hand. Which is very easy to do in this deck, considering it's gold bar Pants. You're going to get climaxes into your hand whether you want them to or not. So, very good to have that little bit extra salvaging. This level 1 Neptune, this is from the first set. When this is placed on stage from your hand, choose one of your remnant characters. It gets 1500 power and, until the end of the turn. Oh, okay, and it is a... When this becomes reversed, if the level of the card's battle opponent is higher than your opponent's level, you may put that character at the bottom of your opponent's deck. So bottom deck anti-change, always nice. Whitney Schnee, this little douche. Golly, I want to toss him off a cliff. 102k. Very good effects, though. I will completely omit this. So I'm going to do this in the order. I'm going to state these in the order you probably should do them in, obviously. You can rest him to give one of your characters 1,000 power till the end of your opponent's next turn, and then you can discard one card from hand and sack himself to salvage back a character from your waiting room. Probably just going to grab back like a penny or something, or maybe if you need to get like one of your other level 3s set up. Really nice. Despite how much of an idiot he is, I was about to say another bad word. Let's see. Get into the level 0s. We got Li Ren. Or Lai Ren. I've heard both. It doesn't really matter at this point. Rest in peace, big man. When this card becomes reversed, if you have another remnant character and this card's battle opponent is level 0 or lower, you may put the top card of your opponent's clock into the waiting room, and if you do, put that character into your opponent's clock. Clock bombs, always nice. When this is put into your waiting room from the stage, you can pay 1 stock. If you do, look up to 3 cards from the top of your deck. Choose 1 card amongst them, put into your clock, put the rest into your waiting room. If you put 1 card into your clock, choose 1 remnant character in your waiting room, return it to your hand. Basically, I've seen other cards that do something similar from Hololive, but I think those are like on play. This is on death. Either way, it's very simple. You are dealing yourself a damage, but you get to at least pick what it is, which isn't as bad. So that's whatever. But you get to salvage, once again, get setups. Now, this one, it's not running the full package. This is his mom. It's Anren. There's another, like the dad or something. I think, no, this is a different dude altogether. I'm like, that ain't his dad. Hold on. There's another card that like combos with this or something. I don't think he's running it. Is a 0/0 oversized level 0. 4K. You can't play events or backup from hand. Just oversized, good body to just stick on the field. We have Emerald and Mercury Training. This is from the premium booster. 0015. All of your other remnant characters get 500 power. Just global 15. Very nice. Rest this card, choose one of your characters, and that character gets the following ability until end of turn. When this card's battle opponent becomes reversed, you can put the top card of your opponent's clock into their waiting room. If you do, put that character into your opponent's clock. Some very nice removal, most definitely. Even if you don't have to reverse with any of your combos or anything, that is very, very nice. I guess you have to reverse for Oscar, but the blind stock thing I don't really count as much. But just having that guaranteed removal is very, very nice. It's like, fuck your encore bullshit. Then we have Roy Stallion. I forgot this dude was even a thing. I didn't even know this was his name. I'm going to be real. 001K. When this is placed on stage from hand, you may pay the cost. Okay, I see what this is for. Return 2 characters from your waiting room into your deck and shuffle your deck. If you do, this card's soul does not decrease by side attacking until end of turn. This effect is specifically for the Blake. You're basically going to drop him, put 2 copies of this back into the deck, and then you're probably just going to summon over top of him and just summon out the rest of your copies. So he's just a little bit of insurance to make certain that you get those Blakes back into the deck so that you can Shadow Clone Jutsu. But he also has, on attack, choose 1 character in your opponent's center stage, and it gets negative 1,000 power till end of turn. That could just straight up kill like a clock bomb or a stop bomb or something. So that could actually kill something. That's probably very useful even in early game. 3 copies of Nora Valkyrie. It's a 002K. When your other character in battle becomes reversed, choose one of your remnant characters. That character gets plus 500 power until end of turn. There is no limit on how many times this can happen, but it just works. Pay 1, rest this, mill 4. For each climax, you get to salvage back a remnant character from waiting room. Very nice, very good. I think this might even be like the most expensive card in the entire deck. I'm not even kidding. I don't know how much the Blakes are, so actually don't hold me to that. I don't think they're much. Future me, if you want to check a price, let me know. Oh, no, wait. James Ironwood. So I want to say this is probably the second most. Oh, no. This, I don't remember which is the most expensive one. Future me will take care of that. But it's a tie between these 2. I think these are about the same now, but I know this Nora was up a bit higher. This Torchwick's very good, though. But we do have one more to get to. RWBY Life-Changing Scene. If you know, you know. 002K. When this is placed on stage from your hand, look up the top card of your deck, put it on top of your deck or into your waiting room. Then, when this card is placed on stage from hand, pay 1, put 1 climax from your hand into the waiting room. If you do, choose a climax in your waiting room, return it to your hand. We have the climax swapper of the deck. So, very good card, very nice. Alright, so the one that I think is the most expensive one in the entire deck is Nora Working Together 0015. When this is placed on stage from hand, you may pay the cost. If you do draw a card, you basically discard a remnant character, draw a card. Very good. The second effect is why it has the price tag. When this is placed on stage from hand, pay 1, put the top card of your deck into your clock. If you do, search your deck for one level 1 or lower character, basically the Ricky of the deck. So you're going to be using this to grab the pennies. So obviously, it's a good card. It's straight up good. And this James Ironwood is also a very good card. When this is placed on stage from hand, you can discard a remnant, draw a card. Also, when this is placed on stage from hand, you can discard a card to reveal the top card of your deck. You get to salvage back a character with a level equal to the level of the revealed card. Equal to or lower than the level of the revealed card. 3 copies of it. And lastly, we have 2 copies of Weiss Feeling Trapped. It's a 001K. When this card attacks, choose one of your characters, and that character gets plus 1,000 power till end of turn. Like I said, nice to have the little extra power pump, but not really needed as much in this deck, luckily. When this card is put into your waiting room from the stage, you can discard 1 card. If you do, look at up to 4 cards from the top of your deck. Choose up to 1 level 1 or higher card amongst them. Reveal it to your opponent, put it into your hand, put the rest into your waiting room. Just very nice for hand filtering. I can only imagine this is just like absolutely amazing for like a standby based deck, just to like go ahead and get everything into the waiting room. Just very nice. And we have 4 copies of Military Weapon, her puppeteering all the little things here. The gold bar, and 4 copies of A Trustworthy Partner, the Pants Trigger. And that is going to be it for us today. Thank you once again to NoSoupFaU2. It is greatly appreciated. I've been in kind of a RWBY mood anyway, so I'm very glad to see this in the Community Fridays submissions. If you want to submit your own deck as well for Community Fridays, feel free to do so. There will be a link for the Discord in the description if you want to join the Discord, but that's where the submissions happen, so you kind of have to. If you want to, just go over to the... there's 2 tabs, basically. The Community Fridays tab, you can specifically put it in there, but there's also a deck list submissions channel just for people posting decks in general. But you could post it in either one, and I'll take from either one. It doesn't really matter. If I just like the deck, if I think it's spicy or fun, or just something cool like this that you don't really get to see as much, I will always like prioritize the more unique stuff over meta. That's just me personally. But that is going to be it for us today. Thank y'all very much for watching. Feel free to like, subscribe, all that. Pray for my sinuses and my allergies. And we will see y'all on the flip side. Stay based.